one of the interviews was like, "Oh, what was your first impression of RuPaul or something like that?" And I think my answer was genuinely like, "I'm surprised she wasn't wrinklier." Because that's my genuine like answer. Like, I'm surprised she wasn't wrinklier. And then I guess that made us round. Like everyone was like, "Oh my God, like production hate her. Like she's never gonna come back." Like, "Oh my God, da 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 da." Like they're not gonna invite us like the episode one premiere. And I was like, I remember one of the producers like messaged me. Was like, "This is the funniest thing we've ever seen. Like we love this." So it's like, guys, I promise you, no, I'm not a production darling because clearly I wasn't pushed to be on the show. But they don't hate me as much as you guys think they do. I promise you that they really don't. Maybe
I
me
can
saying this not gonna like invoke them to hate me, but as of now, I'm in good standing. I'm in good faith with them.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. And so, speaking of that, one thing I wanted to ask was in my sort of looking at online and all the things that you've been saying and stuff. One thing I found really interesting because obviously I'm an obsessed Drag Race fan. I do this for a living, so I know all of this stuff. I saw that in a previous interview you had said, or
Oh God.
somewhere online, you were talking about the fact that Drag Race UK queens don't get the royalties for the girl group songs.
Oh my
But then
God.
Teresa May from season 3 said that you do because she gets like random checks for her
Um,
song. So I was wondering what the tea is on that.
oh my God. That was so annoying to me because I'm just like, that was kind of like the moment where I was like, okay, genuinely, I just need to like just ignore a lot of the fans and everything because I got so much flack for that. And I'm like, I literally say, I was told by another queen that we don't get royalties because I posted a story. Basically, I was trying to be tongue in cheek, and I posted like on my story. I was like, "Oh my God, guys, stream she ate that. I need the royalties." It was like it was a tongue in cheek thing. And then basically another queen messaged me and was like, "Oh, babes, you don't get any royalties from the song." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, because I thought we did get royalties because I remember them saying that you get royalties or whatever, and I just assumed that we would. And then the queen was like, "No, you don't." So I was like, "Okay, well, whatever. I'm gonna take this. I want to take it down then because like if I'm not getting paid to publicize and air, there's like I don't need to like give them any more credit. Like they put me in the bottom for my episode, so I'm like, they're not getting anything out of me. And then so in the interview, I feel like I literally don't even remember how it came about. But like I was just talking about, I was like, well, this queen told me that like we don't get royalties apparently. And then of course, I mean, I'm not trying to blame on the edit or anything like that. Like, I think that I said it. But it's just like they were like, oh, she's giving us our soundbite, she's giving us our little mini TikTok things that we can post. And then everyone just started attacking me and be like, oh my God, like she's a liar, she's a this, she's a that. And I'm like, guys, I literally say that in the interview, in the clip that people are referencing, I literally say, I was told that we don't get royalties. And then I was like posting on my stories like, guys, stream she ate that, like I need the royalties. And then like Paige was like, Paige, you don't get any royalties from the song. I was like, really? I took down all them posts. I said, girl, don't stream that goddamn song. I don't give a toss. I'm not getting paid for it. No. Everyone gave me so much flack for it. I was like, oh my God, I don't think it's that deep, you guys. But then, and then Teresa did not help me by this. She like going on about, actually, we do get royalties. It might be like 30 pence, but you get something. And I was like, well, I can't wait to get my 30 pence a month from She Ate That for like whoever is actually streaming the song. So I have that to look forward to, I guess. And I will say that was the thing that production called me. They, they messaged me and they're like, we love you so much. However, we would like to confirm you do get royalties for the song. And I was like, the internet has beat it into me. I know we get royalties now. I have heard. And they're like, I'm like, yeah, we put it in the email. And I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't read the email. I'm sorry. It looked too lengthy. And I was like, I don't know what this is. I was like, it doesn't have anything immediate to do with like what's going on with like me and Drag Race. I was like, I don't need to read this. It was just like this and that. I was like, okay, cool. But yes, guys, so I would like to come and apologize for anyone who I misled with my comment saying that we do not get royalties. I'd like to confirm that we do, in fact, get royalties. And with that, please stream She Ate That. Or better yet, please stream my original song for the talent show, which will be coming out because we need to support original tracks. Okay. So
So one of the things that maybe my channel is called Drag Tea Served. So I like to ask the queens to spill the tea and maybe tell us something that happened on the show that you wish had been aired, something behind the scenes, something like a funny moment or like a shady moment or something that you wish people had seen.
okay. I have a couple because it wouldn't
Go
be
for
me
it.
if I didn't have like crazy moments. But I'm also like, okay, which ones can I say that like will be like NDA permitting? Which ones can I say that would not paint me in a bad light? Because some of these like they can very easily be misconstrued, and I've learned like people are. In as much as I get a lot of love from the fans, and I'm like very grateful for, people are not afraid to like take the worst of everything that I say. So it's like, oh, need to be careful. Okay, one that I will say, and I messaged production. I was like, I remember like messaging the producers. I was like, you guys are so dumb for not including this in the episode because like I think especially it was for the premiere, and the premiere did not get amazing reviews or like amazing response. I think it was like the what was it like the second worst rated premiere of like any Drag Race season ever. And I was like, I not to toot my own horn, but I think if you included this moment of mine, it would have made it like maybe not that greater in the rankings, but it would have been like I kind of iconic and memorable. So what it was basically in the Von Dutch lip sync. If you look, I did like a high kick. And obviously, if you remember, I'm wearing like these like leg chains and all that kind of stuff. In the lip sync, I do a high kick, and one of the chains flies off of my leg, and I kid you not, goes to the judges panel, and it's like this to RuPaul. Like it just about hits her in the face. It just about misses her. And I remember like seeing that, and then Alan, it was Alan and what was the guy's name? The other one?
Joel Dommett.
Yeah. Like literally, I see like Alan and Joel like ducking under the table, and like, Michelle was like screaming. She's like, ah! And then like I see that happen, and all the kings can confirm this. So like I saw that happen, and in my head I was like, oh shit, I'm going home. I was like, I just barely assaulted RuPaul. I'm going home. Like there's no way they're gonna keep me. I'm going home. I've cried off my makeup. I have the worst day of my life. Let me not say that because they attacked Viola when she said that, and it wasn't the worst day of my life. It was like just a very unfortunate day. I'm like. Yeah, like it's kind of over for me at this point. I was like, but then it was like it was so crazy. Like, why would you not feature that in the episode? And I remember they said like apparently the camera just didn't catch it because obviously it was a chain. It was like so small. But I think even just like show the judges like ducking and diving that would be funny in and of itself. But isn't it make it to the cut? I guess. But
That's really funny because it's like so basically you almost killed RuPaul and it wasn't shown.
Yeah, because I was so upset about her critiques. I was like, I'm gonna take you out.
And you have the excuse of it being a lip sync malfunction.
Exactly. I was seeking vengeance, and because I stand on business. Like when I say like, oh, you do me wrong, I'm gonna do you. So I stand on business. I was like, I'm gonna knock this bitch out. Like make me cry. No, I'm knocking you out. And I missed, but maybe if I go back on Versus the Wild, I make sure I deliver. Let me not say that, please.
This is going to be the headline. Nyongbella almost kills RuPaul.